I've never had a threesome, and I've never had an experience where I read something so cringe that it made my tummy upset. One of these two things is about to change today, and I don't think it's the threesome. I just read something from, yet again, my deep diving onto the horrors of modern dating with absolute deranged weirdos. And the whole interaction was so mind-bogglingly peculiar that my body couldn't help but suffer from a physical reaction after finishing this adventure here. I don't know where these men are coming from. These dudes are just being printed in the cringe factory and being thrown into the dating world as like the worst NPC encounters you could ever have. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive in, but before doing that, just a quick heads up. The Moist Global Retro Basketball line is still available right now. This is the best assortment of merch the internet's ever seen, so you can go to moistglobal.com right now and pick something up, links in the description. I just read some of the backstory she was posting about this situation in the comments, and it's actually pretty sad. Apparently these two had been dating for about 3 years, it was a horrible situation all around, and a couple months ago she left and took the kids, but this is the most recent interaction between the two of them. She 100% made the right move in leaving. This guy seems like a fucking menace. But anyway, it begins innocently enough. That's good, just working away with 3 exclamation points, so he's having a jolly old day at work. Did you get to the doctors yet? She says, yeah, I have COVID. What did he say it give you? What? What did the doctor say or give you to feel better? Take Advil, Tylenol, sleep as much as you can, and quarantine. This is so timely because I myself just finished going through COVID over the last 11 or so days. And this is the 3rd time it's fisted me. It has gone elbow deep in my ass 3 times, and all 3 times that is the exact same advice I was given by doctors. Now, of course, you can still ask for like a Paxlovid prescription if you want. It should help with like symptoms, but it's not usually the first thing they give you unless you're someone who is at risk for like complications, I think. It is an option, but typically they'll just tell you that. You know, take Tylenol, sleep it off, rest, fluids, simple stuff like that. So it seems innocent enough here, and the guy she's communicating with almost seems jovial. You know, like when he says, just working away, I can already see him typing that and going, just working away. You know, one of these with a big old smile on his face, ear to ear. He seems like a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. And then it all falls apart. This feels like a real Jekyll and Hyde situation. He immediately just doubts her, doesn't trust her, accuses her of lying. Lol, so you didn't go to the doctors. Before this turns into a fight, just tell the fucking truth, lol. She says, I did. There's no meds for this. Yes, there is. Go to the doctors, lol. I need the address and the name of the clinic that told you there's no medicine. Also, the name do the doctors. They will be losing their license. So he's fucking spiraling immediately here. And I feel like this isn't exclusive to just him. I feel like a lot of men these days assume that every girl they interact with, even their significant other they've been with for 3 goddamn years, is some kind of lying, cheating harpy or something. So they're constantly interrogating because they don't believe anything they say. I feel like there's just so many dudes out there with this, like, insecurity within them where they doubt everything their partner says, believing that they're cheating in some way, and they're lying about something, hiding something, and it's fucking awful. So this guy's trying to checkmate her here with the scholar's mate, like, okay, then give me the name and the address, cause I'm going to call them to double check, cause I don't believe you, madame. She then says, stop being so fucking melodramatic, I seriously don't need this shit right now, there isn't anything they can give me, I'll be fine once it works its way through my system. He just continues to press, please, name of the doctors, location you want to, please. I know you sick. That's why I'm jandling this for you, and just need to know which doctor you went to. I can handle this properly. This guy has so much steam coming out of his ears, it's clouding his eyes. He can't even fucking type properly. He's typing like a caveman. He's going full Neanderthal mode here. Like, what in the world is happening in his noodle? He's gonna start jandling this? That reminds me of jelking. Like, that was an old thing on the internet where you're supposed to, like, masturbate in a certain way to elongate your wiener. Jandling feels like it's some kind of, like, sub-discipline of jelking. But anyway, she says, I don't need you to scream at the receptionist for no reason at all. Stop being ridiculous. I won't scream at anyone, just tell me the information. Skit K can handle this, please. If you don't provide it to me, it's because you're lying and didn't go to the doctors. There's nothing to handle. So just tell me the name of the doctor you saw. This douchebag is making so many typos, it looks like he's trying to transcribe the Scatman. I can jandle. It's like ridiculous how crazy he's going because he's so angry. I don't know why he'd even think she's lying about this. He admits that he knows she is sick. So why would she lie about going to the doctor? Well, like, what the fuck thought process is that? I know my girlfriend is sick, but it's probably dick sickness. She's probably hungry for cock and it's causing her physical pain. That's probably what it is. She didn't go to the doctor. She went to a penis appointment. That's what it is, and she's lying to me about it. I knew it! It continues to just get out of control. She says, lol, I shouldn't have to prove to you anything. I'm sick, I have COVID. She's absolutely right. She doesn't have to prove anything here. She doesn't need to try and, like, defeat his delusions. That's not her responsibility here. She's done nothing wrong. And he just continues, you're not proving anything to me, lol. There is medication for this. I know for a fact, as I know someone else who had COVID last week. There isn't, unless you're old as fuck or have an autoimmune disease or your lungs are shit. Otherwise, you're just a carry through like normal fucking virus. Yes, there is. Let me call the do it. And I will get you proof. Where did you go, baby? That comes out of nowhere. After all of this, he hits her with a where did you go, baby? I can already just tell from reading this shit, this guy is extraordinarily manipulative and a completely insufferable person to be around. But anyway, she goes, I went to a walk-in, and frankly, I'm not going to allow you to cause a muck over nothing. I'm going back to bed. What walk-in clinic? If you don't tell me, I'm don't with you. Because I'm not a ducking idiot, and I know you're lying, haha. You have 3 minutes to get me the address of the walk-in clinic or else. So now man's out here setting a time limit. He's dropping the ultimatum. You give me the name, and I will hunt them down. Out here like Liam Neeson, about to track them down with his particular set of cringe skills. I guess his thought process was he just wants to confirm that she actually went to the doctor, because for some reason he doesn't trust her even slightly, even though they've been together for 3 years. I also imagine if he did call them, he'd start yelling and screaming and causing a big hoopla, because he seems like that kind of unhinged, deranged lunatic that would do shit like that. But anyway, the 3 minutes to get me the address of the walk-in clinic or else, that's it. Buy more chances for you. She says, fine, be done with me because I don't want you yelling at someone for no fucking reason. He says, no one's going to get yelled at. You're just nothing but a liar and KM Jot a fucking idiot. I wouldn't have even called them, but everything you say is a lie. And you think I'm an idiot, and you can fool me. Anyway, joke's on you. Enjoy. Hope it was worth it, kid. His use of exclamation points and emojis is absolutely infuriating. But even more so than that, the cherry on top of the shit cake is him saying, hope it was worth it, kid. He's speaking like he's back on Xbox Live in a Call of Duty lobby. What? Hope it was worth it, kid? Oh, God, sickening. But clearly the reason he's using the emojis and the exclamation points is he's trying to put on this strong, masculine front that none of this bothers him. This is the biggest mistake of your life. You're gonna regret this. But me, I'm laughing. I'm having fun with this. This means nothing to me. So much so that I'll drop a laughing, crying emoji and 5 exclamation points. Haha, not hurting me. She then says, lol, joke's on me because I'm sick. Great joke. Love that for myself. Love that I feel like I'm being dragged through the mud, fire, literally feel the worst ever. Great support, thanks. Joke's on you because you lost the best man of your life because you'd rather lie than tell the truth. Leave me alone. What the fuck? Oh my god. It's just so painful reading this. It's so fucking sad reading this, knowing that not only have they been together for 3 years, but I guess also have kids. Like, and speaking of the kids, his final message to her is this. You got it, Buster. Have fun being a homeless narcissist liar that no one loves, not even their children. He just dropped a cold Buster here at the end, and then told her that she is a homeless narcissist that not even her children love. What kind of delusional, evil shit is this? He's calling someone a narcissist. That's unbelievable. Pfft. And then to say that not even their children love her? What? I don't know how you go from like, oh, where'd you go, baby? You know, like, obviously, like, in love kind of thing, to immediately, like, no one loves you, everyone hates you, I'm the best man that has ever existed in this entire fucking history of our species, and you just blew it with me, this is your fault, you're unlovable, you're a liar, your children don't love you, you're a narcissist. Like, it's just crazy how quickly someone can become this. It's so fucking sad. She definitely made the right call leaving this guy. I'm, of course, no, relationship counselor or guru or anything, but very clearly, this is an unhealthy person to be around. This guy super sucks. This guy is a turbo fucking loser. And according to her comments, this was only like the tip of the iceberg. She actually called this interaction mild. So I can only imagine how awful of a person this piece of shit is. She definitely made the right call. And to think all of this happened because she got COVID and went to the doctor, and that was enough to set this guy off. That's terrible. That's horrible. But yeah, like I said, I have been deep on, like, the modern dating scene, travesty, seeing, like, what all's been going on and being posted by people online. I just find it all so interesting, so I can't help but talk about some of these that really get crazy. So, yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah. Whoa there, partner, hold your horses. I bet you thought I had finally kicked my addiction to reading uncomfortable, cringy, weird text messages from the dating world. Well, do I have news for you, pal. I've only just begun on my bender here. I can quit anytime I want, it's not that big of a deal. I don't need electroshock therapy or any kind of mumbo-jumbo psychiatry to break me out of this rabbit hole. I don't have a problem. The only problem I have is that there isn't more of these for me to read, damn it. So anyway, let's begin. This morning, I hopped on and read two different stories here from relationships that fell apart in the most tragic and confusing of ways. So let's just dive right in. So we're reading from the perspective of the girlfriend in this relationship, and she's communicating with her boyfriend. They were coming up on their 3-year anniversary, but after this exchange, it all went right down the shitter. So it begins. Well, we're fucked. Pork chops went bad. My mom was getting ready to fry them and there was mold. To which the boyfriend just hits her with an okay. So she apologizes saying, I'm sorry, she's just gonna send me to get chicken alone because I already made mac. She's referring to mac and cheese, for those of you that don't understand the nomenclature there. Now, I think it's very important, as we go through this first story, that you know the ages of those involved. It's 25 and 27. The reason why I think that's important is because as we go through this story, I imagine most of you will assume that these are children, like literally 13 and 14-year-olds. But that's just not the reality of it. This guy is about to throw away a 3-year relationship and have a biblical meltdown over not getting some fucking pork chops. He continues giving her the ice treatment here, so he just goes, okay, no good. Actually speaking like a Neanderthal. She says, the pork chops were bad, we didn't know, I'm sorry, I tried to make you food. He just once again says, okay. She says, sorry again, he just says, cool. So this guy, he's going catatonic right now. We're losing him. He's flatlining. He's starving to death because the pork chops went bad. What is he gonna eat now? He's only a fucking 20-something-year-old man. He can't fend for himself without these pork chops. He's gonna die. She continues by saying, I really tried. Once again, just hits her with that okay. This is actually just like out of One Punch Man, that famous panel where Boros is powering up and One Punch Man just goes, okay. That is his whole personality. So he just goes, okay. And he says, you left? Yeah, she sent me to get chicken. He says, okay again, to which she just says, well, okay. She continues to profusely apologize for this whole situation here, as if she did something wrong, even though she didn't. The pork chops just went bad. I don't know what he expects from her, to like sorcery away all of the mold or whatever on them, or somehow conjure up brand new pork chops from her ass, which is something she also mentioned in the comments, like, I don't know what he wanted from me. Like, she even went to get other food that he could consume. Chicken, mac and cheese, there were other options besides the pork chops, but his mind is set on one thing. Pork chops. He only has room in his noodle for one thought, and right now that thought is pork chops. So now that he realizes he's not getting them, he's about to go berserk over this whole situation here. Cool, you got to eat. I didn't for waiting on you. Good night. Okay, good night. I love you too. No, bro. Good night. I could have ate, but I waited on you, of course. You could have just eaten regardless. So the poster here, she went into detail about all of the context around this. So apparently He had said he was going to go get food, and she mentioned that she was making pork chops with her mom later, so he said, oh, okay, well then I'll just eat the pork chops with you and your mom and I won't get food. To which she replied saying, no, you can still get food, and you're also welcome to have these pork chops, but being the noble chivalrous man that he is, he put down the food that he was going to purchase and instead was going to eat these pork chops, which didn't end up happening. And when he didn't get served his pork chops on a golden platter, he just refused to eat, crossed his arms, kicking his legs in his high chair. Well, then I'm just going to starve. So even though she had other food that he could eat, the chicken, the mac and cheese, he just didn't. And then also didn't feed himself at any point throughout the rest of the night, I guess because he was still so fuming with steam coming out of his ears. And also, according to her in the comments, the reason he didn't eat the chicken and mac and cheese is because he only likes his chicken prepared in the most simple way ever. So he didn't like the way the chicken was prepared, and he also doesn't like mac and cheese, which is already giving me red flags. I don't know anyone that doesn't like mac and cheese in some capacity. That's making him seem already off his gourd, just from that simple fact alone. But yeah, he refuses to eat for the rest of the night, all because he couldn't have those pork chops. She says, I tried to cook, I didn't know they were bad, I couldn't have known until they defrosted. I don't care, bro, I shouldn't have waited. They made food, but I had to wait on you. Some bullshit. Good night. Oh my god, this insufferable, whiny asshole. Those pork chops must have been, like, heavenly, divine, like, to just give up food for the rest of the night and then ruin a 3-year relationship. Those pork chops gotta taste immaculate. Like, not only do they have to taste amazing, they have to come with legitimately life-changing benefits in order to have this kind of fucking tantrum over them. Like, taking a bite of those pork chops instantly chisels out your jawline a little bit further or something. I just don't know what kind of pork chops would be worth all of this anger. She apologizes again, saying, well, I'm sorry, good night, I love you too. Bro, stop telling me that. I am so tired of this guy saying bro to his girlfriend. He clearly has no respect for her whatsoever. He then throws a term out I've never seen before. He says UPMO. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that stands for, so I looked it up, and usually it's an abbreviation for Project Management Office. But that doesn't really fit in the context of this conversation. I imagine it has to be an insult. I don't think he just came out of nowhere saying, you Project Management Office. So it must stand for something else, but I still can't piece it together. Maybe you pussy monster outcast? I couldn't tell you. Never mind, now I can tell you. I just took an additional 10 minutes looking through Twitter to see anyone else who has ever used that abbreviation, and apparently it means you piss me off. Wow. Fucking oof. That is so cringe, Jesus Christ. But anyway, she says, I mean, I do, but okay, referring to loving him. And then he just says, I don't want to talk to you. And then she just says, okay, good night, I love you. He then comes back around, as all of these unhinged weirdos do, where they're like, don't talk to me, I don't want to talk to you, good night. And then he just keeps fucking going and going and going and spewing. So he comes back and says, at all. Not tomorrow either. I don't care. This is bullshit. Good night. You're fucking selfish. Fuck you for real. I really don't want to talk to you or see you. Honestly, I'll remember this. Good night. I mean, he's speaking like it's the Walking Dead Telltale game. Goofball will remember this. I mean, obviously he's going to remember this. You just had a fucking meltdown over pork chops. Everyone's going to remember this. So then she's confused, like, what did I do? You said you don't want to talk to me, so I'm leaving you alone. He then says, fuck you, please leave me alone. Get the fuck out. And then she just says, you're the one texting me just to say leave you alone. And then he again comes in, I don't want to talk or see you at all. And then she just, again, I didn't even respond to you. Okay, good night, I love you too. Just trying to get out of this conversation because he just keeps coming back to just say, leave me alone. Stop talking to me. Why aren't you talking to me? Hey, stop talking to me. I'm texting you one more time just to let you know. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. It's craziness. It's craziness. So this is the end of the text message screenshots, but the story continues. Right after this, the following morning, he continued this behavior, this attitude, and ended up dumping her because of this whole pork chop fiasco, which is a huge blessing in disguise for her, because this is not a good partner. This is a crazy person. To have this level of blow up over not getting pork chops, wow, that is some concerning delusion. So she does expand on it a little bit. He continued to insult her the following day before dumping her. So just really just a piece of shit all around. And I just had to talk about this one because I don't think I've ever seen a relationship, at least of this long, 3 years. They apparently were saving up for a house, end over something so trivial. I haven't seen a relationship crumble over something so meaningless like this. This is a wild case here. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this one a little bit. I know I said I was going to do 2, but I've kind of been yapping about this one for quite a while now, so maybe I'll just save the second one for tomorrow and I'll let it be like a little teaser. I think that's what I'll do. This will be your little appetizer for tomorrow's, where I cover the other really unbelievably awful relationship crumbling text messages. But anyway, I feel bad for the girl here, but I am happy to know that they're not together anymore. I think that's a very good thing for her going forward. I know it's going to be tough for a little while, but wishing her the best. And for the dude in the story here, wishing him nothing but really bad mac and cheese and no pork chops for the rest of his life. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. What's worse than being a loser? Being cringe. These are two very powerful forces of shame. Loser and cringe. But what would happen if you combine these two elements, put them together? Well, Buster, the product of that fusion dance would be Nico D'Ambrosio, a turbo loser cringe specimen, the likes of which this world hasn't seen in many, many moons. Nico D'Ambrosio is a Chicago man who's currently suing 27 women because they didn't enjoy the dates he took them on, and they dared say that to each other in a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, mind you. And Nico, with steam coming out of his ears, said, "This cannot fly in a civilized society. Every woman should be enamored with me and only have positive things to say. Thus, I'm taking you to court, heathens." That's exactly what he's doing. A Chicago man has taken out a defamation lawsuit against 27 women. One man and multiple social media platforms are finding negative posts. One man and multiple social media platforms after finding negative posts about him on the "Are We Dating the Same Guy" Facebook group. According to WXYZ ABC Chicago, 31-year-old Nico D'Ambrosio is suing up to 30 women for sharing negative dating reviews on Facebook group "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" He claims that the negative reviews started in November and these people made false and defamatory statements about him. The lawsuit included screenshots from the Facebook group describing Nico as very clingy, very fast, and claiming that he flaunted money very awkwardly and kept talking about how "I don't want to see his bad side." Oh my god, he hit him with the Hulk. "You won't like me when I'm angry." D'Ambrosio is not happy about how he is portrayed and is asking for $75,000 in damages. So if you're oh, that's the end of it. How do you calculate damages from a private Facebook group? What damages did he suffer? He's the Billy Mitchell of bad romance. It's a frivolous lawsuit filed because his feelings got hurt. And I think all of you know by now how I feel about people that try and do this kind of shit. These abhorrent lawsuits made to like bully or scare people into silence. I fucking hate it. And this has to be one of the more pathetic examples of this tactic being used. He's suing these women for $75,000, claiming they defamed him with slanderous, untrue remarks. And it hurt his reputation, which is why he's seeking so much money in return for it. But it's a private Facebook group, you goober. Your lawsuit has done significantly more damage to your reputation and put you in the spotlight. I would have never heard of you. Most people would have never known who you were had you not done this ridiculous lawsuit. You pitiful, whiny little worm. Douchebag. It's ridiculous. So, what happened is, a group of women that had dated Nico or met him, gone on dates with Nico occasionally, all talked about it in a group chat called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?", which is a private Facebook community that's supposed to talk about women's experiences with a particular individual and just go over like maybe some of the red flags that they encountered on their date. And it's just them going over their experience. That's it. In a private Facebook group. And with Nico, they were saying things like, "Hey, he got very clingy very fast," or "the date just was unremarkable," or "he ghosted me." It was never anything mean or slanderous or anything like that, and it was never even fucking publicly put out there. Nico went out of his way and found it and got so hurt and offended that he issued this lawsuit. So he now put all of this in the public eye. So now his face is on it like a fucking wanted poster in One Piece with a 75,000 berry bounty on him being a goddamn cringelord. All because some women that went on dates with him didn't really enjoy his company. Mentioning those things that I briefly touched on, but then also saying that he would talk about money pretty quickly and flaunt it or whatever. From everything I've seen, it's just super tame stuff. But even if they were being brutal about it, like, man, Nico is a real cuck. This guy was terrible. Our date sucked. Worst sex of my life. I couldn't imagine a man worse at sex than Nico. They can still say that. You still can't sue them for giving their opinion on how the date went with you or anything like that. That's still completely fine. They're not going out there and defaming you or slandering you. It's a private Facebook group. They weren't going out there making fraudulent claims about you, saying things like, Nico evades his taxes, Nico is an animal abuser. They were just sharing their opinion on you and the date, which they are totally well within their right to do. It's completely legal. The same way it's completely fine for me to say that you are a loser. I can say that. You can't sue me for calling you a loser and insulting you. It's not defamatory. You are a loser. We met organically in Chicago 2.5 months ago. Very clingy, very fast. Okay, that's what we just read. He came to see me yesterday and I explained, I think is what that is. After I blocked his number, he texted me on another one, which is the other text screenshot. Fuck. It's too small to read. Damn it. He alleges the woman initially shared the post under her real name, but deleted and reposted anonymously after his lawyers made contact last month. You're not even allowed to just say it was a bad date. You can't just tell other people you had a bad date. I mean, it's just a fucking Facebook group. I matched with him a month or so ago, but convo never went anywhere. I went out with him a few times just over a year ago. He told me what I wanted to hear until I slept with him, and then he ghosted. I'd steer clear. He's been posted here before. The poster said he sent her a slew of texts calling her names because she didn't want to spend the night with him. I just searched, and this was on November 2nd, so take a look. They got the APB out on this guy. In damages because he's the victim of defamation, doxing, privacy invasion, according to the suit. The defendants broadcast their outrageous, cruel, and malicious lies about the plaintiff with knowledge that the statements were false or with reckless disregard as whether or not they were true. This wrongful conduct is so outrageous in character and so extreme in degree that is beyond all possible bounds of decency. It is to be regarded as atrocious and utterly intolerable in a civilized community. Brother, this is like the most lukewarm ratings ever. Like, hey, the combo didn't go anywhere. Hey, he ghosted me after I slept with him. Just maybe avoid him. Like, what the fuck? They're not even being vicious or anything. They're just like, this was my experience. I didn't really like it. And he's like, no! No! My pussy is ruined! There's a tier 1 Kraken. I wonder if he'd sue me. I haven't been on a date with Mr. Nick D'Ambrosio, but I will say, he seems like a very insecure, sensitive little bitch. And a coward. I'd urge any Chicago women to probably steer clear of him as well. I wonder if I can get added to that suit. Bro wants to prove in court that he's not cringe. It's too bad, I already know better. You have been firmly judged as cringe. No chance of parole. That was a $50,000 statement. Low-key just advertising his Riz. Yeah, his lawsuit Riz. Pretty cool. I want you to read this statement again. Their wrongful conduct is so outrageous in character and so extreme in degree that it is beyond all possible bounds of decency and is to be regarded as atrocious and utterly intolerable in a civilized community, the lawsuit said. It's like they're referring to some kind of hate crime that they all just witnessed or were exposed to. If they thought those text messages they highlighted about him being clingy or whatever were so atrocious and extreme in nature, I can only imagine how Nico and his legal team are reacting to watching this video right now and the things I'm saying about him. Their jaws must be on the floor, furiously drafting up some kind of legal document for me, like fucking flames and like smoke coming off of the page as they're writing it all down. And I've never even met Nico, and I think he super sucks. I think Chicago women should definitely avoid him. Like, just look at the way he reacted for women that just shared their experience of having a less than stellar time with him. He will shut down your opinions, it seems. He does not want anyone to have an opinion of their own, only the opinion he wants you to have of him. What a piece of shit. How can you be so insecure and weak that when you find this, instead of learning from it like, Maybe the problem really is me. Maybe that's why I haven't had a real relationship out of the last 27 dates I went on. Yeah, maybe I should really reflect on that. Instead of that, he goes, "Where's my lawyers? Do you see what do you see these mean words they're saying about me in this group chat? They called me clingy. Me? They called me clingy. Come on, we ought to sue them. 75 grand, maybe, at least? Like, that's probably how much my tears are worth." I also can't help but appreciate the delusion from the rest of it, too. Saying things like, thousands of men have been potentially defamed by members of the group via these online publications and remain entirely unaware of the attacks on their character as a result of the social media group's private status and heavily moderated members list, the suit says. Can you just wrap your head around the ridiculousness of that statement? They are openly saying that it is private and heavily moderated, and that the individuals that are being talked about there are most likely entirely unaware. Because this is basically just a tight-knit community discussing their experience privately with each other. It's no different than a break room conversation with coworkers talking. You can't sue someone for a conversation they had privately with others about you. You are going after people for their opinion of you. They are not defaming you or anything like that. And since it's not public, they're not even bringing awareness to you being a weirdo. They are just talking privately with each other about like, hey, listen, this guy was kind of shitty. I didn't really enjoy it. Like, that's it. So if you match with him, just know I didn't have a great time. Maybe you will, but here were a couple of the red flags I noticed. That's totally fine, totally reasonable. There is nothing wrong with it, and this guy is still crying. It's crazy. And the lawsuit's trying to make it seem like it's some kind of almost noble cause, like this shadow organization working in secret has been defaming thousands of men for so long, and the men don't even know it. It's called just having a conversation in a group chat. It's not illegal. You can't sue for that. At least you shouldn't be able to. But this guy clearly has a ton of money at his disposal, and we all know how this system works. We just saw it fucking unfold with Billy Mitchell, actually, since I name-dropped him earlier. If you have a lot of money, you stand a much better chance of winning, even if it's the most outrageous shit ever. So I'm really hoping this doesn't go anywhere, because it is so fucking stupid and shameful. This man, Nico D'Ambrosio, and his entire legal team are absolute clowns. So I just wanted to talk about it a bit more. That's really about it. So yeah. TikTok's such a weird place. I'm sure most of you have seen the trend that's existed since the inception of the platform where thirsty teenagers make those videos like, I would be a bad boyfriend because I'd love you too much, or you shouldn't date me because I just love you too much. You'd be suffocated with my overwhelming love. You know, shit like that. It's super weird. It's like romance to them is like it is in anime. It's just super fucking goofy. But today someone sent me a link to a guy, an Adonis, really. And I took one look at this man and I said, yeah, this guy fucks. And then it turns out he doesn't. A lot of his videos are just about relationships and why he's not in one, and why he would be a shitty boyfriend. And it's the cliche thing I mentioned where he's like, I'm too much of a lover. My love is too powerful for mere mortals to understand and tolerate. I would literally murder someone with love. I would fuck their butthole with love, and you're not ready for it. Thus, I have to be single.
Everybody wants to know why I'm single, and these are some reasons why. If I was your boyfriend, I would be very overprotective. Like, no one's talking to you but me. I would want to hang out all the time. Like, I want to be with you. I would FaceTime you and text you constantly, and then you would probably end up getting annoyed.
Bro, I'm not even dating you and I'm ready to break up. He's just actually listing off red flags and giving legitimate reasons why he would fucking suck to be in a relationship with. It's supposed to be one of those cutesy videos where girls are supposed to have their heart melt like, aw, he's single because he's so caring. But his just comes across as, wow, I can totally see why he's single with this kind of shit. It almost just sounds like threats like, hey, if we're dating, you're not talking to anyone but me. Your parents? Nope, we're cutting them out. Your imaginary friend? I'm gonna go in there and fucking murder him. You are only gonna communicate with me. Thus, I have to lock you in the basement to make sure that you don't betray me and talk to somebody that's not me.
I want everyone to know. Like, I want all my friends, all your friends, my family, your family. I want everyone to know that we're together. So those are some reasons why I'm single.
You know, to be honest, I actually can't believe that he's single. These aren't the worst qualities in the world. Yeah, you know, maybe it's a bit clingy, but it could be worse. He could be addicted to ketamine. Maybe he is, but he didn't mention it here. And if this is all that's wrong with him here, hey, maybe it's worth the chance.
A message for all ladies. All right, ladies, listen. Any guy you date should see you as a priority, not an afterthought. If a guy can only text you how he feels, he doesn't feel anything. If a guy's not willing to show you off, you can show him the door. If all they want to do is play Fortnite, you tell them good night.
Actually, pretty good advice here, I have to admit. If your man just wants to play Fortnite, you just tell him night-night, and then you go and turn yourself into the police because you were dating a child, you sick fuck.
Yes.
I'm wet, panties are sodden, god damn it, he's the perfect man. Jesus Christ. You'll notice that there's like a striking similarity between the things that would make him a good boyfriend and the things that also make him a bad boyfriend. It's basically just the same thing. He's obsessive. Like, he will literally always be there. Like the boogeyman under your bed, making sure that you're sleeping soundly. If you date me, I'm slapping that fucking phone out of your hand, trying to talk to somebody that's not me, you naughty harpy. The fuck do you think you're doing? I'm always there to hype you up. You want to do something? You do it and I'll be there to cheer you on. As long as it's just me there, cheering you on.
Reasons why I'm a bad boyfriend. I always want kisses and hugs. Like, even if it's random, no matter what time, I always want them. I always want to give you anything and everything. Like, even if I don't have it, I just want to give it to you. I don't want you to pay for anything. Even if I don't have enough money, I want to spoil you. Dinners, movie, anything, I want to pay for it. I won't let you. I want to show you off. I'm gonna post about you. Even if you don't want me to do it, I can't help it. I want to show you off, baby. I will always put you before me. Even if you're having a great day and I'm not, I will just hype your day up and I won't tell you about how bad my day was. But those are some reasons why I'm a bad boyfriend.
Oh my god, it's so dreamy. You don't want me to post about you? That's too fucking bad. I'm putting your nudes on Twitter because I'm so proud of you, baby. You got a great body. Those ass cheeks and the way that they can clap. Oh my god, the world needs to know. I'm gonna show you off, baby. I feel bad singling this guy out because, like I said, it's so common. So many people on TikTok do this exact same shit, like, I'm such a bad boy, I would take you to a drive-thru and I wouldn't let you pay for your meal because I'm bad. I'd be a bad boyfriend. But the reason I chose him is because he has whole compilations dedicated to these videos because he's done so many of them, and it just made it easy to have like a nice cum dumpster full of these bad versus good boyfriend things. So anyway, I just wanted to briefly touch on this because I think it's super weird. I know it's not like uncommon for people to be like, I'm actually super shitty in being in relationships because I'm just too goddamn nice. Nice guys don't win, am I right, girls? Yeah, I see a lot of that shit, and then this is kind of the same thing. Like, I'm a bad boyfriend because I just want to love a girl, and girls don't want to be loved. They want an asshole douchebag, so I'd be a bad boyfriend. I see it all over the place, and this guy, he's just done it so many times, I figured it'd be a good example to talk about the trend and go into detail on it. Yeah, so that's really about it. So yeah, we're entering into an age where people just don't know how to socialize. It's just this inability to appropriately communicate with one another in a healthy way, and it's led to a lot of confusion and, frankly, a lot of unhinged weirdos in the dating scene, it would appear. I have become way too invested in reading these horror stories from people that were romantically interested in one another or even went on dates, and then all of a sudden things go tits up over nothing because people are just disconnected from reality and perpetually on edge, it would seem. Like, I am so deep into this rabbit hole, I understand how pathetic that is on my part, but I can't help it. It's just so fascinating. Like, it seems like you'd have better luck finding your soulmate in one of my streams, like, by just communicating with someone in the chat. Like, you probably would meet a more compatible match in solo queue League of Legends than you would on a dating app right now. The people in fucking solo queue League are more mentally stable, less hostile, and less weird than the people I'm seeing that are meeting on like Tinder and Bumble and all that. Today, this post kind of popped off on Reddit. I fully recognize a lot of these can be a bunch of, you know, horseradish, but I like to suspend disbelief anyway. Plus, it's a weird thing to fake because you don't get anything out of it besides Reddit karma, I suppose, which is the most useless currency since Monopoly money. So anyway, the story is, this girl's friend was going on a date with a gentleman that she had met online who seemed really cool. They agreed to meet at this restaurant, and that's where the story begins. So she says, I'm on my way, to which our gentle sir tips his fedora and says, K. Which already feels a little hostile to me. This is their first date. I feel like you can't just be dropping a K like that. It just seems a little aggressive, but maybe I'm reading into it too deep since I already know how the story plays out. She says, "Are you there yet?" "No, I'm going to be a little bit late." "No worries, I'm here. I'll be in the far right corner." He finally arrives. Our protagonist makes it to the scene. He kicks open the doors. He says, "I'm here. I don't see you." To which she describes her location. "I'm next to the big plant in the back to the right when you first walk in." So she's providing him with directions, coordinates, so that way he can go walk over and they can begin their date. But the date never really begins because, you see, something has already gone awry, even upon first walking into the establishment. He drops this bomb on her. He says, "Piss off," out of nowhere. Actually, from out of left field, the curveball, which catches her off guard. She goes, "I'm sorry? I'm really confused right now." As most people would be, because he hasn't sat down at the table, she hasn't even seen him yet, and he's angry about something, fuming, furious, steaming. Well, what went wrong? Let's start to speculate a couple of things. Perhaps this is an Ed, Edd and Eddy situation when Ed gets the rock in his shoe and it just puts him in a bad mood. Maybe he believes that he's been catfished. He might have seen her from a distance and it wasn't the same girl that he thought he was communicating with. Perhaps. But what if I told you the reality is something none of you would possibly guess? It's actually super easy to improve your social skills and increase your odds of getting laid. All you need is to shop at moistglobal.com and get the new retro basketball line. It's that simple. An incredible assortment of beautiful items available right now at moistglobal.com. Go ahead and get yourself something. Who doesn't love retro basketball gear? We tried to stay as true to all the material and all the designs of the classic basketball stuff that we all grew up with, so hopefully you enjoy it. moistglobal.com, the link's in the description. His rampage continues and he explains himself. "I'm not gonna waste my time on some unfaithful whore. Couldn't even wait until after the first date to flirt with someone else. Every woman is a cheating bitch, I swear. All you want is attention." So this man's fighting ghosts right now. I guess he might have like fallen asleep when he got to the restaurant, like maybe he has narcolepsy and he dozed off for a moment and had a bad dream where his date's making out with other dudes right in front of him while giving him the finger and saying, "Fuck you, bozo, nerd loser. I'm with the Chads now. Get out of town. Scram." Like, I don't know what exactly he thought he saw when he got there. But he goes on this, attack right now about how she's an unfaithful whore, even though she has done nothing but just sit at a restaurant waiting for him. And she's as confused as anyone. She goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't flirted with anyone since we started talking. I don't know where you got this idea from. Could you tell me what made you think I was talking to other guys?" He then explains himself. "Don't act all innocent. I saw you chatting it up with some Asian dude while you were waiting for me. You're a fucking bitch. I can't believe I trusted you. You're not even pretty anyways. I just wanted to give the ugly girl a chance. Or ugly they or whatever you are. Slut." So he's going fucking freaky mode right now. This guy is off his gourd at the moment. Also goes with the classic, "You're not even hot anyway. I was doing you a favor by letting you be seen with me, the nice guy, the Giga Chad Alpha. Fuck! And I can't believe you've done this." Like, just the standard, immediately, like, talking about, "You're actually ugly, I was never interested anyway, I was just giving the ugly girl a chance because it was a good deed to get me into heaven. That's all. I was trying to do what I thought the Lord wanted me to do. And you did this to me? You betrayed me like this? Shame on you. I was the angel." Which we've seen a million times, that's nothing new. This guy is clearly looking like a big old piece of shit here. So, then the truth of the situation comes out. "The only guy I talked to was the waiter. I wasn't flirting with anyone. He was asking me if I wanted to order, and I said I was waiting for you." This goober saw her talking to the waiter and assumed she must be trying to fuck him, because that's all women want to do. Anytime they communicate with a male, they're just trying to slobber on that meat. It's disgusting. I can't believe you would do this, harlot. I saw you talking to that man. The waiter. That's what this is all over. That's what caused him to have this massive meltdown, tears in eyes, fucking whiny temper tantrum fucking blow up. Because she talked to the waiter who was asking if she wanted to order. That's so crazy. This lunatic. This absolute goofball. It continues. She asks, "Why are you acting like this?" He goes, "Whatever, slut. lose my number. You'll never find another guy like me. Hopefully he's right about that. I pray she never finds another unhinged weirdo like this guy. That would be for the best. Hopefully nobody ever finds this guy or anyone like him. That is just a curse I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. Ruined your chance with the best dick you had ever had. I bet that Asian guy is small. God, this guy is an insufferable piece of shit. Good lord. What a vile person to say shit like this. Have fun never feeling real pleasure. Don't message me again. He'll leave your fat ass and you'll come running back to me. So he's diving deep into delusion now. The waiter of this restaurant just saved this lady a long time of agony. Because let's imagine these two actually did go on a successful date. Prior to this, apparently this guy and this girl had hit it off in a big way online. This was their first date. Let's assume that this date happened without any hiccups. She would have never seen this side of him until it was probably too late when they were already in a relationship, and it would have led to a lot worse of a situation for her. So the fact that this happened on day one, well, even before day one, this is like day zero because he never even sat down at the table for the date. The fact that it happened then is for the best. It saved her a long time worth of trouble. So the waiter in this story, actually a hero. Hats off to that guy. What's that expression? It's from Futurama. When you do something right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Like, that's exactly what happened here. Dude's just doing his job and ended up saving her so much trouble down the line. But yeah, anyway, so she talked to the waiter about her order. This guy blows a gasket, has this huge meltdown about it, shows his true colors, and then continues to just go on and on and on in these text messages with her. But girls like you like being used. All women just like bad guys, so they cheat when they meet a chill, nice guy. Whatever, I never liked your flat ass anyway. Don't leave me on red, you bitch. You just told her to lose your number, and now you're getting upset that she's not responding? Like, he's all over the place. He says that she has a fat ass and then says it's a flat ass. This guy's walking between worlds right now. He's caught in dimensions. His brain is completely scrambled. All because he saw his date talking to the fucking waiter. That is so crazy. That is crazy. And then still has the gall to say that he is a chill, nice guy. Chef's kiss. That is right on the nose. Everyone that self-identifies as a nice guy always turns out to be like this. Like 100% of the time. It's crazy. That statistic is as high as it is. The correlation between nice guys and being complete weirdos and just downright dangerously unstable people. It just, I don't know, I can't believe that it continues to be proven true time and time again. But yeah, anyway, I just had to showcase this one because I was giggling about it for quite some time. Like I said, I am in so deep on these horror stories of romance in the dating world, I couldn't help but at least share one here. That's about it. So yeah. Today I got to thinking about a classic Dr. Phil weirdo that went on to his show. This was back during the era of Dr. Phil being a bit of a kingmaker for social media superstars, most notably Danielle Bregoli, who got her start by going on Dr. Phil with the Cash Me Outside stuff. And for a little while we saw a flood of this. It became quite the hype train to go on Dr. Phil, to act as over the top as possible to try and make a career out of it. Most of the time it felt very phony baloney where the individual was just putting on a song and a dance to try and get some kind of social media career out of it, and Dr. Phil was just the helpful lightning rod saying insightful things like, "Hey, come on now, that's not good. Have you ever heard of Farmville?" when he's plugging his mobile game ads. But there was one goofball in particular who, back in 2017, kind of took the internet by storm for a moment. His name was the Sexy Vegan. At the time, I assumed this was just a load of horseradish with another person going on his show to try and squeeze some juice out of his teats, get some followers out of the appearance and the performance, and wasn't genuine. But it was entertaining, and today I started thinking about it again, so I went and rewatched the episode and decided to check in to see what the Sexy Vegan is up to all these years later. Well, it turns out I was a naive fool back then, because the Sexy Vegan is realer than the freckle on my left butt cheek. The guy is actually off his gourd. So he I'm going to show you clips from the episode here in a moment if you don't remember who he is. It actually is just a wild appearance. But he got arrested in 2019 for sexually assaulting a pit bull. Apparently, he had recorded an act, basically bestiality, with a pit bull and got in trouble for it, obviously, and then announced his presidency in like 2020, and even today, well, I guess a couple months ago to be exact, is still trying to lobby as a presidential candidate and still doing the exact same shit that he went on Dr. Phil for. Like, actually doing all of it, from what I can tell. So let's go ahead and see the episode to get you all caught up to speed with the sexy vegan.
Susan says in August of 2016, Hans legally changed his name to Sexy Vegan.
I didn't even know you could do that. It's a real-life McLovin situation here. I know people have changed their names to really silly, ridiculous things in the past, but I thought there were certain guidelines that you had to play by, and I thought something like this would be prohibited. Like, no, sir, you can't change your name to this. Get out of our office. And then they spit on you on your way out or something. Because I know you can't change your name to a slur or anything like that, right? So I just assumed Sexy Vegan would also fall into the category of being like an obscenity that they wouldn't legally allow you to change your name to. So when this first aired, I thought that was a huge red flag that it was all fake. Like, just all bogus. But, from what I can tell, it really is his name.
And now he walks the streets wearing nothing but a Speedo, carries a full-length mirror wherever he goes. Susan says her son tattooed Sexy Vegan on his forehead, has been arrested 15 times, and refuses to get a job because he's, quote, too talented and beautiful for a 9-to-5.
That pretty much sums up Sexy Vegan in a nutshell here. So Dr. Phil lays out the lore for you with the cliff notes. He then brings on people closest to Mr. Sexy, and they kind of go through like the effect that it's had on their family and all of that, and how desperately they want it to not be the case. The audience can't help but laugh at him because he has fundamentally turned himself into a clown. He is disruptive in society and tries to get all eyes on him all the time, and people can't help but giggle at the absurdity of him and what he's doing. He actually does travel with a full-body mirror, like he's some kind of character out of an MMO, and the mirror is like his special weapon that he can't leave the house without. He actually does that, apparently. It wasn't just for show on Dr. Phil, which blows my mind.
My name is Sexy Vegan. I got my name legally changed to Sexy Vegan. Hans no longer fits me. When people see the tattoos, they're shocked. I'm a strict vegan. I once was down to 1.3% body fat. The beautiful vegan messiah.
So another thing that jumped out at me when I first watched that was the tattoos looking really cartoonish. It looks like he puts them on his face with marker every morning as opposed to being legitimate tattoos. But again, I was wrong. A victim of my own hubris, thinking I knew tattoos just because I get some. They're real. Those are actual tattoos. I don't know exactly why he'd get just the word vegan tattooed on himself so much, unless he was really trying to take a page out of Suicide Squad Joker's playbook with like ha 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 written all over him. I don't really get it. If you want to have vegan tattooed on your body, why not choose a better font as opposed to fucking Comic Sans or the bubble letters here?
When I go out, everyone stares at me because I wear a Speedo-esque outfit and I'm exotic like a Lamborghini SV. I love walking around in my Speedos because putting clothes on is like putting a tarp over a Lamborghini, which makes no sense, and I get for that all the time. When I go into a grocery store, I'm followed around by the security, which is so annoying.
If that's annoying, then just put on some goddamn clothes. It's the simplest solution of all time. Just tarp up the Lamborghini during the rainstorm, right? And that rainstorm is called shopping and being in public and having some decency. It's not that difficult. It's making a mountain out of a molehill here. It takes 2 seconds to just put on some clothes.
I'm drop dead gorgeous and a great singer-dancer. I can make it on my talents. I have several YouTube videos. I see myself in 5 to 20 years getting my own reality show, segueing that into a high-ranking government position, either first American king or president.
I cut out a good chunk of his monologue here. He very much dislikes his mother, who seems extremely sweet based on what I've seen. Like, she pays for all of his legal fees. He leeches off her money because his mother has $11 million as an inheritance, so he does come from money, and he tries to suck as much of that out as he can. He refuses to get a job because he thinks he's far too talented for it, and believes that he will pop off because of his talent, his God-given abilities, and eventually land a reality TV show which he will then use to get a position in the government. And with that whole speech he gave right there, back when I first saw it, I was convinced that it was pretty obvious this guy wasn't being serious. It was all just to promote his YouTube channel and his Instagram. I still think that was the primary objective here, but it seems like he really is convinced of this. It seems he may legitimately be delusional, because he is still doing this today, from what I can tell on his social media platforms, which is wild.
You're an enabler, but you can't help it.
Yeah.
Why are we here then? What do you want me to? You want me to help it? What do you want me to do?
I just had to slide this clip in here from the episode. Fucking Dr. Phil hitting her with the, well, what do you want me to do about it? What am I supposed to do about it? What do you want me to do about it? Like, he looked offended. Like, I almost expected him to, like, jump out of his chair and lunge at her. What do you want me to do about it, huh? Like, what do you mean? Like, why are you confused? Obviously, she wants you to help in some capacity. You've convinced an entire generation of Americans that you are extremely effective at solving family disputes and things that like this that she is taking to you and putting on your plate. Obviously, she wants you to do something to help her. Well, why are you acting this way?
Maybe he'll come out and talk to us. Maybe he won't. I really don't care one way or the other. This train is moving on. If he jumps on board, he does. If he doesn't, we're moving on. We'll be right back.
The way Dr. Phil handles his show is always so fascinating to me. How anyone ever bought into the idea that this guy is somehow the authority on matters like this, or solving problems, really, to be, like, more broad. He treats his show like it's all such a burden to him, like it's all just such a nuisance. Everyone that comes on, he treats like a pest, from what I've seen. So here he's like, maybe he comes out, maybe he doesn't. I don't care. We're gonna get this show on the road. Maybe he hops aboard, maybe he doesn't. What do you want me to do about it? What am I supposed to do about it? Who gives a fuck? Right in front of this family here, like right in front of them, like to their face, like come on, like it's ridiculous. Now of course I'm sure the family did receive some kind of compensation for appearing on the show. I don't exactly know how the formula works. Maybe they get paid to just appear, so it probably isn't the biggest deal in the world. Maybe they weren't super upset about it or anything, but it's just so weird to me because so many people when I was growing up really thought Dr. Phil was basically like a saint and really insightful and helpful. But every time I've ever watched him, even when I was young, I was just confused on why anyone ever thought that. Like, he doesn't seem like he does anything besides just be bored by the people's stories.
My image is very important to me. I look at my collection of mirrors all the time to study myself and my beauty. When I dance in front of the mirror, I can create a really striking image. Skinny with a big butt, I got junk in my trunk, but I'm keeping it. The mirrors go with me wherever I go, because I want to know what I look like.
To be honest, that little jingle that he dropped right there, skinny with a big butt, junk in the trunk, but I'm keeping it, I actually think was ahead of its time. That would probably do really well in today's modern landscape of pop music, like with TikTok blowing shit up. He probably would have done really well in 2024 if he dropped that jam. But here's him explaining why he carries around a mirror so he can constantly be reminded of his beauty.
People say that I'm narcissistic because I carry on a mirror wherever I go, but I don't care because I'm not, because I have empathy. And I'm currently banned from the Beverly Hills Library for bringing the mirror in, but I'm looking to get that resolved.
Well, there you have it. Checkmate. He can't be narcissistic because he has empathy. And he's also been banned from that library. I don't know if it ever got resolved. I couldn't find a follow-up to it, so I guess that's for only Sexy Vegan, the librarian god, to know if that ever got overturned.
I
I am the beautiful vegan messiah.
Get you that water, okay?
It's a song. I didn't say I was, and she knows it. I was just like my dad, okay? 10 luxury cars. My dad told me I had the same name as him until I legally changed it. My mom did not bail me out of jail when she knew I was innocent. I'm liberating over 70 billion pigs in cages so small they cannot move for years, okay?
There's a lot happening right now. Let's just take a breather together and process, let it digest for a moment. He comes out guns blazing. He comes out with some steam here. You can see the security's like, hey, come on, we'll get you some water. And that water's not coming. That water would do nothing to stop this here. This fire is burning, and it's burning bright. So he comes out, and he's got a lot of scrambled thoughts here that he's trying to convey, and it's hard to keep track of them. So I believe the beautiful vegan messiah is like his catchphrase or his song, I suppose, like his theme song, perhaps like a WWE entrance or something. Maybe he was expecting pyrotechnics to go off when he walked in. Not entirely sure.
I work. My mom's a sociopathic piece of I have the highest score in hot or not history. I got 9.9 out of 10 after 327 women rated me. Let's see your talent.
I love that line right there. Let's see your talent. It reminds me of that amazing trumpet fight video from like 5 or 6 years ago, where the guy's melting down about a trumpet player in public, and then he goes, in 1975, I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. Who the fuck are you? You no talent piece of shit. Oh, God. Oh, that's what I get for invoking the wrath of the trumpet player. Whoa. Okay. Point is, great line. So, I don't know about the whole hot or not pop quiz right there with the trivia. I don't know if that's true or not. Weird thing to be flexing about, too, as he's moonwalking onto stage. Like, hey, I have the highest score in hot or not history with 300-something women saying I'm good looking, I'm super hot. Sounds entirely made up, but I have no way of fact-checking that. I'm just going to assume he pulled it out of his ass. That was some of the junk in the trunk. Just this lie.
Let's see your talent, you ugly piece of
Okay, stop. Hey, look at me.
Let's
look
see
at
your
me.
talent.
No,
Huh?
hey. No, you need to look at me.
I don't have to do
Okay, take him out. Security, get him out of here.
Thank God. Thank God.
No.
An incredible finale. I like when he gets up to Dr. Phil, he hits him with like 3 little pumps right here. He just gets him with like a triple tap. Then it's right back to moonwalking. He's just spamming Fortnite emotes here while just saying that they don't have talent and that they're ugly pieces of shit. And then Dr. Phil finally says, enough is enough. No more fooling around. Get him out of here. So then he leaves. Security gets him. I appreciate the audience here, though. Like, there's some boos, and then there's a couple of claps. I'd love to know what they were clapping for, because I wonder if they're clapping like, yeah, Dr. Phil, you got him. The security got him out of here. Thanks for that. Or if they're clapping because, yeah, that was a great performance, sexy vegan. I imagine it's probably the former, but I like to play with the fanfic that it's the latter. Like, there was a couple sexy vegan fans in there. They're like, yeah, sexy vegan, yeah.
You're not going to come out here and use that kind of language in front of my audience. And audience, I apologize. That is childish
Awesome.
and immature behavior. And
Now I get to leave.
yes, you do.
No.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
That's pretty much where it ends. Now, like I said, when I first saw this, I really thought it was just another one of those moments where someone goes on there, does something really dramatic like this to try and get some attention to their social media presence, because he does plug it a couple of times, really. He mentions it throughout the episode, like in his intro and stuff. But upon further inspection, looking it up fucking 7 years later, he really does just act like this. This is his real, genuine behavior from what I can tell. With all of the charges that he's accrued over his life, as well as how he continues to post on his social media, I'm pretty confident in saying that this was actually just him being him. So yeah, I just wanted to revisit this moment here because it's probably like the weirdest guest Dr. Phil has had on in terms of how everything played out on the episode. So yeah, just wanted to remind everyone of this, and that's really about it. So yeah. I remember a decade or so ago, there was this trend where some creepy degenerate losers would go around in public and try and sneakily take pictures of women's panties by sliding their phone under their dress when they weren't paying attention. They treated it like they were Sam Fisher and Splinter Cell on a stealth mission trying to grab these photographs. And they'd take these pictures and they were called upskirts. If I remember correctly, there was even a Reddit community for that where they would proudly post this, which, by the way, is illegal. They were posting evidence of a crime they had committed on the subreddit. I'm pretty sure it got fully shut down, but right now there is like a Reddit upskirts community, but I think that's something totally different, like a phoenix that rose from those ashes, because it looks like those are upskirts that the people are taking of themselves for that community. But I do remember that there was a huge controversy about that a long time ago, and then pretty much overnight it disappeared. Just like Godzilla after a big rampage, it just vanished. I'd never heard about upskirts again. I never read any headlines about anyone doing upskirts, getting like arrested or anything like that, until 2 days ago, with a Target creep who got caught on video taking an upskirt of another shopper. And it's become a pretty big story now. So when I first saw this, I thought it was fake. I thought it was like one of those rage bait things that TikTok does really often. Because it really looks, it's so over the top, like I really thought it was staged to be like a lesson, like don't be a peeping Tom, don't be like this guy. But it turns out this is all super real. So he's now facing felony charges for this, obviously. I don't know why there's a watermark here though.
Excuse me, what are you doing? No, I just saw you put that underneath her dress. Absolutely you did.
No, ma'am, I really wasn't.
You absolutely did.
Ma'am, I really wasn't.
So, like, he looks pretty much right at her while she's filming, and he puts his phone under her dress. So I really thought it was like, oh, this is a skit. This is fake. But no, this guy is just that much of a brazen pervert. Degenerate. It's actually real. So I'll show you the follow-up in a second, but no, he actually leaves here in handcuffs. He is facing felony charges, and his whole life is ruined. Rightfully so, because who knows how many times he's done this. Upskirts are a crime. Like, you can't be doing that, obviously. He's a fucking degenerate. His legs shaking, that's wild. Oh yeah, we didn't finish the video, yeah. And also, instead of leaving, he stays to try and, like, talk his way out of it. Like, he was trying to find all the right dialogue options in the tree to get the good ending, instead of just running away like most people like him. So he stays the entire time to get arrested.
I really promise I wasn't trying to do anything inappropriate. I wasn't. I really wasn't. I'm not like that.
Obviously you are. I literally have it on video.
But ma'am, I'm not. I really am not. Like, I know it might have seemed that way in like the video.
No, okay, listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna wait for them to get here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Like, I was just trying to look
Nope.
at books.
I was just trying to look at books. Okay. That's... what an interesting alternate theory there. He's just browsing some good reads. That's all. In the Pokemon cards section, where all the best books are. Does bro know porn exists? There's so many people like this, though. It's for them, I think, it's like the thrill of doing something like this. Like, I imagine this probably isn't the only time he's done it. And apparently he had been following the lady filming around the entire time, which is why she's filming here, because she got a very creepy vibe from this guy. And then I guess at some point she de-aggroed him, so then he went to this girl, started following her, and then did this.
No, I have video of him sticking his phone underneath this lady's dress as she had bent over, videotaping her. And he followed me all around the store.
Okay. So...
We need to get police.
Okay, if you can go ahead and call them also.
Oh, they don't have the next one. But, he gets taken away in handcuffs. But he gets taken away from the Target with the police. Turns out he was like a very active member of the church, like the local church they were at. This and that. He tried to talk his way out of it. It has not worked, and now he's facing some super serious charges. But this was something that I found interesting. He keeps denying that he wasn't doing anything wrong, and he apparently showed the police his phone, like the recent pictures, and he didn't have any recent pictures, but I don't know if that also means videos or if he also had time to delete them. Last I heard, they subpoenaed to get like his deleted information for forensic examination. And they also said this too. Police say they have yet to discover anything inappropriate involving children. Yeah, he's a volunteer at the elementary school. Arrested and cuffed at a fucking library. Show some respect, brother. He's a target. Why was the lady taking a video in the grocery store? Perfect time to catch him. Damn it, it's a Target. It's not just a grocery store, and it's not just a library. Show some respect. But as she said, she was filming him because he was initially following her around in the children's section. She got a creepy vibe, so she started filming him and following him around and then caught that. This. Imagine the unexpected turn of events, he didn't film anything. The charges against that poor lady would be crazy. Even if in the most unlikely of circumstances he didn't film anything, him putting the phone under this lady's dress still shows the intent. Like, even if he didn't hit record, like he missed it, he still showed the intent. And even if you can't arrest him for that, he's still going to be ostracized from like his church community and like his friends for that. That's creepy shit no matter what. I don't think he was recording. I think they hear the click of a photo being taken. Nope. I don't know if this is true. Chat can tell me if this is true or not. When I was reading through this story after I found out it was real, I learned that this was a pretty popular thing overseas. So I think in Japan, I think is where it was, they instituted this mandate that if you're taking a picture or a video, it has to have a sound. So you can't do this discreetly anymore because it makes a sound. And I thought that was the craziest shit. That's real? That is true? That's wild. It was that big of a problem, huh? US supermarkets have the same energy as random encounters in GTA. My dad died taking an upskirt photo. Alright. Interesting meme. So he's actually facing some additional charges as well for secret peeping. They issued a warrant after identifying 3 separate victims at the store on Monday morning, so he's facing 5 counts of secret peeping in total. Dude was really creeping and peeping on a Monday morning here. Allegedly 3 separate victims? Goodness gracious, Jesus Christ. He was just sliding his phone under everyone with a pulse at this store, I guess. But anyway, he's been caught red-handed here. He would have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling iPhones that can also record him as well. Like, the crazy thing about a phone is it can be used for more than just filming panties. It can film you filming panties. So I guess we'll see what happens here. I highly doubt there's any alternate explanation for what he was doing in this video. I can't think of a single possible other reason for why he did what he did there aside from upskirts. That's the only logical thing. I can't even think of some kind of ridiculous theory. Never mind, scratch that. I did come up with a ridiculous theory. What if he wasn't grabbing upskirts there and instead saw a very venomous spider on the ground? He saw a black widow and he got down there calmly as to not scare the shopper or scare the spider away and then smashed it with his phone. Who knows? Maybe that's the story. Maybe that's what he did. He squished a bug and saved the day. Obviously, I'm fucking kidding with that. The only thing that can explain his behavior here is that he is a sexual degenerate that was grabbing upskirts. So I guess we'll see what charges stick here or what comes from this story. That's really about it. I just wanted to share it. That's it. See ya.